I'm fine
when
with it.
Elisa is talking, for instance, she's talking, and as I could hear her talking over her echo. She
And
could
I
probably
do
hear
the
the
same
same
with
thing.
Chad.
Elisa.
So it sounds really bad.
Okay, Lisa, I want you to talk, and Chad, be quiet for 1 second. I want to see something. Go ahead.
Okay.
Okay. What would you like me to say now?
That's fine. Now you quiet for a second, Chad. Go ahead, Chad.
1, 2, 3, ABC. 1, 2, 3, ABC. Oh, can't you see? I think Michael.
How about now? Okay. All right. Yay! Oh, he
Well, when it comes to the technical side of this, Felix is definitely the guy to turn to.
Well, let's put it this way. There's only me and Marquez. We don't have too many choices.
Yeah, it's true. You don't have much of a choice. I mean, I couldn't punch my way out of a paper bag when it comes to technology. Well, Elisa, that was only for your birthday this year. Wait till next year when you hit, dare I say, the magic number?
30? She's going to be 30 years old?
Well, wait, it's a leap year, so add that extra day. That's right. In February, we have Sadie Hawkins Day. So if you want to approach that special someone who you would not mention, you could always ask them if they want to marry you. That's usually what's done on Sadie Hawkins Day. Aside from that, well, listen, I know many people who, you would think would be married, but it's like they prefer to be, you believe it or not, some people prefer to be single. I mean, they like being in a relationship, don't get me wrong, but they prefer to be single. So, I don't know.
Not happening. But on a happy note, actually, it's not a happy note. When you texted me before, I told you that I have another thing to do tomorrow.
Right.
I mean, yes, I enjoyed having my birthday, but three deaths in 1 week, I just can't deal with it. And the fact of it just adds to the list of this year, and this year's not even over yet. I don't even know what to expect next month.
I really think, if you wrote away to the Guinness Book of Records, you might be setting a trend here. You might be setting a record in a year.
True.
Not one that people would like to, sign up for, certainly, but, it's been a tragic year for you.
It has. It really has. But you know what? My father-in-law was sick. We knew that he was going to die. He was put on hospice about a month ago, maybe 2 months ago. And the doctors said that he definitely was not going to make it by the end of this year, but we didn't expect it to be happening now. And one of the hardest things I had to do last Saturday was to wake my daughter up and tell her that her grandfather was no longer here. So now she has 3 grandparents that are gone.
And she's only what, 7, 8?
She'll be 8 in 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's pretty tough. That's pretty tough.
You know, and when Scott told me that his father died, it was so weird because he's like, my dad. That's the way he said it. He goes, my dad. So I'm like, your dad what? He goes, my dad. And I was like, what? Your father in the hospital? Did he go back in the hospital? Is he in rehab? Well, what? Explain. Talk. And he was like, my father's died. My father passed away this morning. And I was
we got
like,
that echoing again, Felix.
What's that?
It's the echoing that's back. I don't know if you guys can notice it.
yeah, it's echoing again.
Yeah, well, there's a problem. When I turned the echoing off, you stopped broadcasting on Spreaker, so I put it back on and try to figure out what's caused the echo.
Ah.
Well, maybe have to deal with it. I don't know. The thing is, it sounds like the listeners might hear the echoing.
Oh, we don't hear anything. I don't know about anybody else, so it's kind of hard to tell.
I think that when you're broadcasting, because I know that tomorrow when I'll listen to the show again, I'll hear the echoing.
You will.
Yeah.
Do you have your daughter's iPad around, or?
She hid it from me. She won't let me use it.
Oh boy.
I'm not kidding.
I believe you. What are you kidding me? I believe you.
Anyway, so
But, yeah, so that's what happened. That's I'm very unhappy. You know, I was sad for him. I'm gonna be there for him because he's an orphan right now.
Well, I remember that's tough. You know, no matter what age you are, not having. I remember when my dad passed away. I said to my sisters, I said, that makes us orphans now. You know, as long as you have one parent left, you're always somebody's child. Okay? When the last parent passes away, you know, you're left in limbo. You are an orphan. Some people, for some lucky people, it happens much later in life than others. You know, that's all I have to say about that. You know, I remember when my cousin now is 74, but when he was 70, he still basically had both parents, and I said that you have no idea how lucky you are at this age to still have both of your parents.
That's true.
You know, and sure enough, that year his dad passed away, and a couple of years later his mom passed away. But still, you know, you're always, as long as you have a parent, you're always somebody's child. And you never really feel your age, no matter how old you are.
By the way, are you guys still there?
Hello?
Anybody still there?
Oh my God, we lost him.
Anybody there?
All my good talking was for...
I can hear Lisa.
What?
We're here. We're good.
You're good now?
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, but we didn't hear the echo.
Yeah, well, hold on. If you could hear me now, I think I just turned you guys off. Chad or both of you guys try to say something now.
We love Felix and Mark.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, it does.
They are the man.
Yeah, you are back on. This is very strange. This what's happening here. All I hear is the echo. Anyway, it's our condolences, Elisa. But there's a lot of people giving condolences right now with what's happening in France.
I know.
And a lot of, as Mark said before, a lot of people are reacting, and as always, when these things happen, are we overreacting? Trump wants
Is there any
to.
hope for that?
Excuse me?
Is there any hope for these people? Any people?
Is there any hope for? Unfortunately, I think the only hope we have is doing something that's really probably not the nicest thing in the world, but you have to eliminate ISIS. There's going to have to be a few.
Well, they're leaning.
Do you think Jesus can make a difference?
Well, Hillary Clinton believes that it's got to be done without. America can advise, but she really doesn't want to have boots on the ground. Most of the other presidential hopefuls are basically talking about a certain number of boots on the ground, American boots on the ground. But they say that, America has to lead. But the thing is, America is sick and tired of sending its young. Now, Chris Matthews, I have to say, on MSNBC had a very good response to that. He said, if we're accepting these Syrian refugees, he said, if it was my country that was in this turmoil, he said, I would want to fight to free my country. And that means to get rid of ISIS. So what he was saying is, if these people come here, if they're able-bodied and they can, why not enlist them to fight ISIS? Give them military training. I don't know how it would be done. I mean, I'm not a politician or anything like that, but give them military training and have them be part of an American sort of expeditionary force in Syria and try to take back their country. Because Matthews said, unless they're willing to do that, then he said no Americans should be fighting, because if they don't want to fight for their country, why should we?
Well, I don't even think they want it to be their country anymore. That's the problem.
Oh, I think they'd want to go back. Just like if you were to ask...
If they can gain it, why not?
Just like if you were to go to Little Cuba, okay, in Miami, and you talk to the Cuban refugees, they would love to go back to Cuba as long as Castro is gone.
Yeah.
If the Castro regime is gone, they would love to go back, even though they have assimilated and their children have been born here. I mean, look, Marco Rubio.
He wouldn't go back.
Perfect example. I mean, he was born here.
He would never want to go back to live there permanently.
I know he doesn't want.
And neither would Cruz.
Yeah, but that's 2 out of the thousands that would want to.
Basically, we're talking about the ordinary, Cuban American living in Little Cuba in Miami. Okay, many of them would love to go back if Castro wasn't there.
Yeah, because many of them still have family there that they don't see anymore.
Yeah,
exactly.
But I'm saying, would they want to permanently move back? I'm not sure anymore. If they would, no matter what.
I think they're so used to being here.
Yeah. And you want to look just like you got the, Chinatown, and you've got Koreatown. Those people don't want to go back to China or Korea, even though they are staying within their own town, with their own kind and all that. They're happy here. They don't want to go back. So, I mean, I didn't take a survey, I don't know, but my feeling is a lot more people would rather stay here. And most of the Syrians that are coming here don't want to go back anywhere to the Middle East. Or
Well, I don't know. I don't know if they've done